Good morning, students. Welcome to the second session. Hope all of you are fine and safe at home. In the last session, I told you to make a note of all the important points and learn it. Have you done it? If not, please do it today. Now, let's have a revision of what we had studied in the previous class. In the last session, we discussed about evolution of computer. In that, we studied about various calculating devices. First, we studied about abacus. Abacus was the first calculating device which was invented in China. It was used to do addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. This device consists of a wooden frame with beads and rods. The next device we studied is Napier's bone. It was invented by John Napier in the year 1617. He used bones to make this device. This device could do multiplication and division. Then in the year 1642, Blaise Pascal developed a calculating device known as Pascaline. It was the first mechanical calculator. It could perform addition and subtraction. Our next device is Leibniz calculating device. It was made by Gottfried Leibniz in the year of 1671. Pascaline device. He made some improvement and then Leibniz made this device. It could do addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. Then we studied about difference engine. Difference engine was developed in the year of 1822 by Charles Babbage. This machine could do all the mathematical calculations automatically. Then, working in this difference engine for many years, Charles Babbage invented one more device, that is analytical engine. Analytical engine was invented in the year 1837. This device had all the important parts of a modern computer like input, processing, output and storage. For the same reason, Charles Babbage is known as the father of computer because he had given the first concept of computer. So Charles Babbage is known as the father of computers. Then we studied about the first programmer. Who is the first programmer of the world? Lady Augusta Ada was the first programmer. Why she is known as? Because she gave the concept of programming using the binary language 0 and 1. She worked with Charles Babbage in analytical engine. Now we will move to the next topic, that is Today we will study about tabulating machine. You can see the photo of the machine on the screen and the person who developed it. This is the photo. What you are seeing is this is Dr. Hermann Hollerith. He invented this device in the year 1890. Actually, this device was developed to keep a record of US census, which was held in 1890. Okay, he was an American mathematician, and this machine was capable of reading data and process it based on the instructions and give the desired output. And he used punch cards in this device. Now, what are punch cards, children? Do you know? Punch cards are the paper cards containing several punch holes to represent data. These cards store information that information can be accessed by inserting that card into the computer. So punch cards are paper cards that containing several punched holes to represent data. Okay. These cards are then inserted into the computer and to read the data. This tabulating machine could count the number of holes in the card and used to record the information. So punch cards contain number of holes, and this device could count these holes and used to record the information, and this was developed to help in the US census, which was held in the year 1890. Now let's move to the next topic, that is we will study about electronic numerical integrator and computer, ENIAC. The full form is electronic numerical integrator and computer. This was invented by, you can see the photo here, John Mauchly and Presper Eckert. Have you seen the photo? Yes. And you are seeing a photo of the computer, image of the ENIAC. Okay, a huge device that occupied a whole room. You can see it is a very huge device. It was invented in the year of 1946. Okay, and as I told you, it is extremely large in size. It consisted of several thousand components. You can see in the picture now, so big it is. And it consumed a lot of electricity. Huge amount of electricity was used in this machine, and it also generated so much of heat. It could add two numbers in 200 microsecond. This is a first generation computer. It is considered as the first generation computer. We'll be learning about the generations of computer. Okay students, now we will study about UNIVAC. UNIVAC. The full form is Universal Automatic Computer. Universal Automatic Computer. This is also a first generation computer. Again, this computer was invented by the same persons, John Mauchly and Presper Eckert in the year 1951. Okay, and what is this? This is also a very huge machine. You can see the picture of it here. It's very huge. Okay, and this was the first general purpose electronic digital computer. Electronic digital computer designed for business applications, produced in United States. It was designed as a commercial data processing computer. This computer used magnetic tape rather than the punch card to input and store data. Okay. So this was the first computer which could handle both numeric and text data. So UNIVAC, the full form is Universal Automatic Computer. It was invented in the year of 1951 by Prescott Ecker and John Mauchly. It was a first generation computer. Okay. Now we will study about generations of computers. Computers are classified into 5 generations, and each generation has its own capabilities and features. Generations refer to a computer that are released because of new hardware or new technology. It is a change in technology. When a generation of computer is released, it may include new capabilities and features. We studied about ENIAC and UNIVAC. These two were the example of first generation computers. Okay. Now we will see some of the features of first generation computers. First generation computers use vacuum tubes. You can see the picture of vacuum tube on the screen. Okay. The technology used in first generation was vacuum tube. It is very important. Remember the component or technology. Okay. And it used magnetic drums for the memory. Okay. Now they were huge computers, enormous computers taking up the entire room. We already studied about ENIAC. Okay, I showed you the picture also. These computers were very expensive and it used a lot of electricity and it generated so much of heat due to the presence of numerous vacuum tubes. First generation computers used machine language to perform the operations. That means the instructions were given in terms of binary digits 0 and 1. These computers were performing only one task at a time. Multitasking was not there. The input was based on punch cards and paper tape, and output was displayed on printout. First generation computers made it possible with the development of ENIAC. We already studied about electronic, numerical, integrator and computer made by Presper, Eckert and Mauchly. Okay, so that was the first generation computer. Later on, advanced version of ENIAC was developed with the name UNIVAC, that also we studied. So examples of first generation computers are UNIVAC and ENIAC. Now let's see what are the features of these computers. It used vacuum tubes. The technology or component used in this computer was vacuum tubes. It was unreliable, and I told you it was very costly, and it consumed a lot of electricity, and it generated lot of heat, slow input and output operations. It was very huge in size, needed air conditioner to work. It was non-portable. As you know, the size is very huge. It is not able to carry from one place to another. Okay, so these are the features of first generation computers. Okay, not all this point. Features of first generation, and this generation, it was from the year 1940 to 1958. Whatever computers invented in this period, it was considered as first generation computers. Okay, now we will move to the second generation computers. Second generation computer is a period of 1959 to 1963. This generation used the technology transistors. You can see the picture here, picture of transistors. Okay, these transistors were smaller in size. It was smaller in size compared to the vacuum tubes which was used by the first generation. The speed of these computers increased from milliseconds to microseconds. And during this period, first operating system was developed to communicate with the computers. And in this generation, the magnetic cores were used as the primary memory, and magnetic tape was used as the secondary memory. These computers also generated lot of heat, but it was less compared to the first generation, and we also use huge amount of electricity, and it was smaller in size compared to the first generation computers. You can see the picture here. Okay, the examples of second generation computers are IBM 1401, RCA 501, Honeywell 200. All these are the examples of second generation computers. You can see the picture of the IBM 1401 here. This is also a very huge machine. Okay, now let's see what are the features of it. It used transistors as the technology. It also generated so much of heat, but it was less compared to the first generation. It was smaller in size compared to the first generation, and it also consumed lot of electricity, but it was less compared to the first generation computers. It was faster than the first generation computer, but still very costly, since this also generated so much of heat. Air conditioner was needed. It supported machine language and assembly language, also use some high level languages. Now we will move to the next generation, that is third generation. Okay, third generation computers use integrated circuits. You can see the picture here, integrated circuits. So third generation computers used the concept of integrated circuits in place of transistors. In computers, a single IC has many transistors, resistors and capacitors in a circuit. An integrated circuit is a compact electronic circuit containing hundreds of transistors and other electronic components which are packed on a piece of semiconductor material known as IC chips. Okay. Now let's see some of the features of this third generation computers. The technology used was integrated circuits. Using integrated circuits in computers reduced the size of computers and made them more faster. So in this generation, reduce the size and the computers have become more faster. The concept of integrated circuit made a major breakthrough to improve the quality as well as the performance of computers. Instead of the punch cards and printout, users interacted with third generation computers through keyboards and monitors. Okay, so the users interacted with the computer through keyboard and monitors. And it also used a operating system. It used the high-level languages like BASIX, Fortran 2, Pascal, etc. Now let's see some of the features of third generation computers. It used the technology integrated circuits. This was more reliable than the first generation and the second generation. And it was still smaller in size and lesser maintenance needed. And it generated less heat, faster, but still very costly. Okay, compared to the generation it was cheap but still costly, and it supported high level languages. So students, let's just revise what we have studied today. First, we studied about the tabulating machine. The tabulating machine was invented by Hermann Hollerith in the year 1890. This machine was designed to use in United States Census. This machine used punch cards to record and sort data. Then we studied about electronic, numerical, integrator and computer. It was developed by J. Presper Eckert and John Mauchly in the year 1946. This is an example of first generation computer. Then we studied about UNIVAC, Universal Automatic Computer. This was designed in the year 1951 by John Presper Eckert and John Mauchly. This is also an example of first generation computer. Then we studied about the generations of computers. First generation computer used vacuum tubes. Then second generation computer used transistors. Third generation computer used integrated circuits. First generation computer was a period from 1940 to 1958. Second generation computer 1959 to 1963. Then third generation computer 1964 to 1970. So students, note all the points and learn it. Meet you in the next session.